The 1972 United States Eisenhower $1 coin is a significant piece in modern American numismatics, representing both a tribute to leadership and the evolution of U.S. coinage in the post-silver era. Struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small d mint mark located just below Eisenhower's neck on the obverse, this coin was produced as part of the Eisenhower dollar series, which ran from 1971 to 1978. The obverse design features a bold, left-facing portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and Supreme Allied Commander during World War II, sculpted by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. The inscription's Liberty arcs across the top of the coin, while "In God We Trust" is positioned to the left of Eisenhower's chin, symbolizing America's foundational belief in divine guidance and moral principle. The year 1972 appears below the truncation of the bust. On the reverse, the coin displays a dramatic image of an American bald eagle landing on the surface of the moon, clutching an olive branch, adapted from the official Apollo 11 mission insignia as a tribute to both peace and American achievement in space exploration. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one, and the denomination $1. The design also features the Earth in the background, viewed from space, symbolizing unity and global progress. The coin's composition for the 1972 issue is copper-nickel clad, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, yielding a total weight of 22.68 grams and a diameter of 38.1 millimeters, 1.5 inches. Unlike the special 40% silver collector versions minted in San Francisco, the Denver minted circulation coins were produced in massive quantities, over 92 million pieces, making them common in circulated grades but still intriguing for collectors due to die variations and historical appeal. The 1972 Eisenhower dollars are particularly famous for having three distinct reverse design varieties on the Philadelphia issues, types 1, 2, and 3, though the Denver Mint produced only the Type 1 reverse, showing the Earth with low relief continents. The motto, E pluribus unum, carried over from the Great Seal of the United States since 1782, emphasizes national unity and diversity, while the phrase, In God We Trust, adopted on all U.S. coins since 1956, reflects the spiritual ethos of the nation during a period of Cold War and social transformation. Collectors value the 1972 dollar for its sturdy design and historical resonance as the first large-size dollar coin minted since the peace dollar era, 1935. Although most examples are common, those in pristine mint state, MS 65 and higher, condition with strong luster and clean surfaces can be worth significantly more than face value, especially when graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. The coin's large size, weight, and metallic ring give it a unique presence in hand, reminiscent of classic silver dollars, yet embodying the transition to modern clad coinage. The Eisenhower dollar, including the 1972 issue, stands as a tangible link between America's past, honoring Eisenhower's leadership and the post-war era, and its future, celebrating technological progress and unity through the Apollo program's imagery. Whether found in circulation, preserved in mint sets, or displayed in a collector's album, the 1972 Ike dollar remains a proud symbol of American resilience, innovation, and enduring national ideals, perfectly encapsulated by its inscriptions, Liberty, In God We Trust, E pluribus unum, and the ever-present eagle of peace and strength. The next top. The United States of America $1 coin dated 1977 with a D mint mark was produced at the Denver Mint and belongs to the Eisenhower dollar series, which was struck between 1971 and 1978. This coin honors President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, and also commemorates the Apollo 11 moon landing of 1969, a milestone in U.S. history. The obverse front of the coin was designed by Frank Gasparo, chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time, and features a left-facing profile of Eisenhower. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions Liberty at the top, "In God We Trust" to the left of Eisenhower's neck, and the date 1977 at the bottom. The mint mark D appears just below Eisenhower's neck truncation, indicating that the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. The reverse back, designed also by Gasparo, is based on the Apollo 11 mission insignia, featuring an eagle landing on the moon clutching an olive branch in its talons, symbolizing America's peaceful intentions in space exploration. Beneath the eagle is the small image of the moon's surface, and in the background, the Earth can be seen above. The inscriptions "United States of America" curve across the top, and "E pluribus unum," Latin for "out of many, one," appears above the eagle. The denomination $1 is struck boldly at the bottom. The 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar was struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, not in silver. It consists of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a core of pure copper, giving the coin a total weight of 22.68 grams, a diameter of 38.1 millimeters, and a reeded edge. Unlike earlier collector's editions, such as the 40% silver proofs made for the 1971 to 1976 bicentennial issues, the 1977 D coins were made strictly for circulation. A total of 32,983,006 pieces were struck at the Denver Mint that year, making it a fairly common issue in the Eisenhower dollar series. Although large and heavy, the Eisenhower dollar never circulated widely because of its size. It was often inconvenient to carry, and Americans were already accustomed to using paper $1 bills. As a result, many 1977 D dollars remained in bank vaults or were later melted down, but examples in uncirculated or mint state condition remain easy to find today. In terms of numismatic value, most circulated coins are worth only their face value, $1, while uncirculated or high-grade examples, graded MS-65 or higher by services such as PCGS or NGC, can range from $5 to $15, depending on the coin's condition, luster, and any striking characteristics. Proof-like or exceptional specimens, or those with minting errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks, can command higher prices among collectors. The Eisenhower dollar occupies a unique place in American coinage history. It was the last large-sized dollar coin intended for general circulation. After its discontinuation in 1978, it was replaced by the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979, which proved equally unpopular due to its similarity in size to a quarter. The 1977 D issue, therefore, represents the closing years of an era when U.S. coins retain the substantial size and heft reminiscent of the classic silver dollars of the 19th and early 20th centuries. In terms of symbolism, the coin captures a convergence of American leadership, unity, and technological achievement. The motto, "In God We Trust," reflects the enduring national faith and identity. Liberty stands as a foundational ideal of the Republic, and E pluribus unum expresses the unity of diverse states and people into one nation. The lunar eagle design links Eisenhower's leadership as a general in World War II with the courage and innovation of the space age, uniting past and future triumphs in a single emblem of American pride. Today, collectors appreciate the 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar not only for its bold size and iconic design, but also as a tangible piece of history from a period when U.S. coinage celebrated both the human spirit and the nation's reach for the stars. The next top. The 1978 United States $1 coin, bearing the D Mint mark, is a piece of American numismatic history that represents the end of an era. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint, hence the D, and belongs to the Eisenhower dollar series, which was produced from 1971 to 1978. The Eisenhower dollar was the first U.S. dollar coin issued for circulation after the large peace dollars of 1935. It commemorates two significant aspects of American history: President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and World War II Supreme Allied Commander, and the Apollo 11 moon landing, one of the crowning achievements of the 20th century. The obverse front of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower, designed by Frank Gasparo, who was the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Gasparo's design captures Eisenhower's strong, determined features, symbolizing leadership and national pride. Above his head, the motto Liberty is boldly inscribed, while beneath the portrait runs the famous American motto, In God We Trust. The date, 1978, appears at the bottom, representing the year of issue. To the right of the date, just above the space between Eisenhower's neck and the rim, is the small D mint mark, identifying that the coin was produced in Denver, Colorado. The reverse back of the coin is equally symbolic and historically rich. It depicts an eagle landing on the surface of the moon, its wings spread, clutching an olive branch, a powerful representation of peace through strength. This design was inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia, marking the first successful manned moon landing in 1969. Surrounding the eagle are the words, United States of America, and the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many one, symbolizing the unity of the states within the nation. Beneath the eagle is the denomination $1. In the background, the Earth can be seen rising above the lunar horizon, a reminder of humanity's small but hopeful place in the universe. The coin is made primarily of a copper-nickel-clad composition, with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. Each coin weighs about 22.68 grams and measures 38.1 millimeters in diameter, making it one of the largest and heaviest circulating coins in modern U.S. history. This size, though visually impressive, contributed to the Eisenhower dollar's limited popularity in daily commerce. Many people found it bulky and inconvenient to carry, and as a result, most circulated examples show only moderate wear. The 1978 issue is particularly significant because it was the final year of the Eisenhower dollar series. After 1978, the U.S. Mint replaced the design with the Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979, which was smaller and intended to be more practical for circulation. However, the Eisenhower dollar remains cherished by collectors for its size, its connection to both a beloved president and a defining moment in American space exploration, and its representation of 1970s American pride and progress. In terms of mintage, the Denver Mint struck approximately 33 million of the 1978 D. Eisenhower dollars, making it a relatively common coin in the series. Most examples in circulated condition are worth about $1 to $2, while uncirculated or mint state specimens can be worth $5 to $15 depending on their condition. Exceptionally high-grade coins, those graded MS-67 or higher, can command $100 or more, especially if they have a strong strike, full luster, and minimal contact marks. Proof versions, however, were not produced at Denver. They were exclusively struck at the San Francisco Mint. Collectors often admire the 1978 D. Eisenhower dollar for its clean, bold design and its place as the final chapter in short but historically rich series. It captures the spirit of post-war America, the blend of military leadership, technological achievement, and national unity. The inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and E pluribus unum together form a triad of American ideals, freedom, faith, and unity. The presence of both the Earth and the Moon on the reverse further emphasizes humanity's progress and America's leadership in science and exploration. To this day, the 1978 D. Eisenhower dollar remains a favorite entry point for new coin collectors. It's affordable, widely available, and steeped in symbolism. Many collectors appreciate it as a bridge between the grand, silver-era dollar coins of the early 20th century and the modern, smaller dollar designs that followed. Holding a 1978 D dollar evokes a tangible sense of American history, a coin that honors a great leader, celebrates a triumph of human achievement, and closes a memorable chapter in U.S. coinage the next top. The United States of America $1 coin dated 1776 to 1976 was specially minted to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the nation's independence, celebrated as the American Bicentennial. This coin stands as a powerful symbol of national pride and historical reflection, connecting the early ideals of freedom, democracy, and unity born in 1776 with the achievements and progress of the country 2 centuries later in 1976. The dual date, 1776 to 1976, was chosen deliberately to mark the passage of 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, one of the most important documents in world history. The coin was part of a broader bicentennial coinage program authorized by Congress in 1973, which also included the $quarter and $half, all bearing special reverse designs to honor America's founding and growth. The dollar coin, often called the Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar, features on its obverse front the familiar portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, designed by Frank Gasparo, who was then the chief engraver of the United States Mint. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and a five-star general in World War II, was chosen to represent leadership, unity, and strength during a century that had seen both war and peace. Above Eisenhower's head are the words liberty, one of the foundational ideals of the nation, while beneath his chin appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase that expresses the American people's reliance on moral and spiritual faith as a guiding principle. Below this motto, the dual date 1776 to 1976 is inscribed, visually connecting the origins of American independence with the bicentennial year of its celebration. On the reverse back of the coin, designed by Dennis R. Williams, a talented art student who was only 22 years old when his design was chosen, appears a majestic image of the Liberty Bells superimposed on the moon. This design is deeply symbolic. The Liberty Bell, cracked but enduring, represents freedom, independence, and the enduring spirit of the American Revolution, while the moon symbolizes America's exploration, innovation, and scientific achievement, particularly the Apollo space program that had recently placed human beings on the lunar surface. Together, the two symbols suggest the continuity of American courage and progress from the founding generation to the modern age. Above the Liberty Bell appears the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, a traditional expression of national unity among diverse states and peoples. Surrounding the reverse design are the words United States of America and $1, declaring both the issuing authority and the denomination of the coin. The bicentennial dollar was minted in several versions: copper, nickel-clad coins for general circulation, as well as 40% silver-clad coins for collectors. These coins were struck at the Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco S mints. Collectors could purchase uncirculated or proof versions, often packaged in special commemorative sets. The design of the Eisenhower dollar was quite large and heavy, measuring 38.1 millimeters in diameter and weighing about 22.68 grams, making it the last of the large-size circulating U.S. dollars before the introduction of the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979. While it did not circulate widely due to its size and weight, it became a beloved piece of Americana, treasured for its patriotic symbolism and bold design. The inclusion of mottos such as "In God We Trust" and "E pluribus unum" reinforces key aspects of American identity. "In God We Trust," officially adopted as the national motto in 1956, expresses a collective faith in divine guidance, while "E pluribus unum," appearing on U.S. coins since 1795, celebrates unity amidst diversity, a fitting sentiment during the bicentennial, when Americans reflected on their shared past and hopes for the future. The use of liberty continues a tradition dating back to the first U.S. coinage authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792, which required that coins bear an image emblematic of liberty. Together, these inscriptions, images, and the dual date form a narrative of American endurance and ideals, freedom hard-won, preserved through faith, and carried forward through unity and innovation. Beyond its numismatic features, the 1776 to 1976 $1 coin serves as a tangible reminder of the American story, from the struggle for independence and the signing of the Declaration in Philadelphia, where the real Liberty Bell still hangs, to the vast scientific and cultural achievements of the modern United States. It captures the spirit of a nation looking backward with gratitude and forward with hope. Even today, nearly 50 years after the bicentennial, these coins remain popular among collectors, historians, and patriots alike, representing not just a monetary denomination but a miniature piece of American heritage. The design's combination of the Liberty Bell and the moon elegantly bridges the 18th and 20th centuries, linking Jefferson, Franklin, and Washington to Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins, and symbolizes how America's pursuit of liberty and knowledge continues to inspire future generations. In essence, the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial $1 coin is far more than metal and minting. It is a timeless reflection of the ideals that define the United States: liberty, unity, faith, and the boundless quest for progress under the guiding motto, E pluribus unum, the next top. The United States of America $1 coin dated 1776 to 1976 is a special bicentennial issue, struck to commemorate the 200th anniversary of American independence. This coin was produced by the U.S. Mint in 1975 and 1976 to honor 2 centuries since the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. It bears the dual date, 1776 to 1976, instead of a single year, representing both the founding of the nation and the bicentennial celebration. The D Mint mark on the coin indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the principal U.S. Mint facilities. The obverse, or front side, features a portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, designed by Frank Asparo, who was also the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. Surrounding Eisenhower's profile are the inscriptions Liberty at the top and In God We Trust to the left of his bust, reflecting America's national motto and its enduring commitment to liberty and faith. Beneath the portrait appears the dual date, 1776 to 1976, symbolizing the country's journey from its revolutionary beginnings to its modern identity. The reverse, or backside, of the coin was uniquely designed by Dennis R. Williams, who won a national design competition while still a college art student, an impressive achievement for the 1970s. His reverse design features the image of the Liberty Bell, one of the most iconic symbols of American independence, superimposed over the moon. This striking combination pays tribute to both the nation's revolutionary heritage and its achievements in space exploration, particularly the Apollo missions that culminated in humanity's first lunar landing in 1969. Around the upper edge of the coin are the words, United States of America, while the lower rim bears the denomination $1. Above the Liberty Bell, the national motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, appears, representing the unity of the diverse states and peoples that make up the United States. The coin's design thus elegantly connects America's historical roots with its forward-looking spirit. This bicentennial dollar is part of a larger set of commemorative coinage, which also included special quarter and half-dollar coins featuring colonial-era themes. All of these coins shared the dual date 1776 to 1976 and were released into general circulation, making them accessible to ordinary Americans as a tangible way to participate in the bicentennial celebration. The Eisenhower dollar, however, was the largest of the three, measuring 38.1 millimeters in diameter and weighing 22.68 grams in its standard copper, nickel-clad composition, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. Some special collector's editions, known as silver-clad issues, were struck in limited quantities at the San Francisco Mint with a composition of 40% silver, giving them additional luster and value. The Denver D Mint mark version, such as the one you mentioned, was made for general circulation and remains a favorite among collectors for its connection to the nation's 200-year milestone. In terms of symbolism, nearly every detail on the 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower dollar conveys a story. The Liberty Bell recalls the founding ideals proclaimed in Philadelphia, the birthplace of American independence, and the crack shown on the bell is faithfully rendered to remind viewers of both the fragility and endurance of freedom. The moon behind the bell is not merely a decorative element. It celebrates the technological and exploratory triumphs of the United States, linking the spirit of 1776 with the boundless potential of the 20th century. Together, these elements encapsulate America's journey from revolution to space-age innovation. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "E Pluribus Unum" emphasize the spiritual and collective foundations of a nation, bridging faith, unity, and diversity. While millions of these bicentennial dollars were minted, over 113 million at Denver alone, they hold significant historical and sentimental value. For most people, the coin represents a proud moment of national unity and reflection during the bicentennial celebrations of 1976, when the country honored its heritage through parades, reenactments, and special events nationwide. For collectors, the 1776 to 1976 D Eisenhower dollar serves as a tangible artifact from that period, embodying the artistry, craftsmanship, and patriotism of the U.S. Mint during America's 200th birthday. Though not particularly rare in circulation, well-preserved examples, or those in uncirculated condition, can hold modest collectible value, especially when part of a full bicentennial set or in proof form. In conclusion, the United States of America $1 bicentennial coin, 1776 to 1976 D, stands as a powerful symbol of the nation's endurance, unity, and progress. From its depiction of Eisenhower, a leader who guided America through post-war recovery, to the Liberty Bell and moon designs celebrating freedom and exploration, the coin beautifully weaves together 2 centuries of American ideals. The inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum" remind every holder of the principles on which the country was founded. Whether viewed as a work of numismatic art, a commemorative keepsake, or a piece of circulating history, the bicentennial dollar remains a lasting tribute to the American spirit that began in 1776 and continues to inspire future generations.